This right here is the 118 Motormax Saleen S7. It is the only budget Saleen S7 that you can buy, so if that's what you're looking for, then you really don't have much choice. But overall, interesting model, looks really good on the exterior, sitting on a shelf, and there's several colors to choose from, including red, silver, there's a black, and then there's, I believe, some other ones that I didn't mention. Generally pretty good. However, as I will mention throughout the video, there are some lacking detail on the interior and some lacking features, but generally not too bad of a car. So let's get started in the detail here. Now, it does not feature suspension, however it does have steering front wheels. It doesn't steer very much because the wheel wells are so narrow, but that's okay. You really don't notice it. For around $25 you can pick these up, and if you still can find them at wholesale clubs like BJ's or Costco or something like that, it might be cheaper. However, I'm not sure if they're actually producing these things anymore. I just know that they're still widely available because you can find them online all over the place. Alright, so what's interesting about this is that absolutely everything opens. Really cool doors. They're actually, the top is plastic, just so you know. And this front opens to a trunk. If we go back here, this one's a little tough to get open. This is the engine bay, and it doesn't stay up. Then it has another trunk there, so I can actually put that there to hold it up. So a lot of opening parts in this, and most of the time I'd imagine that they wouldn't open this, and they actually did, so they put a little bit of effort into that. Paint quality, excellent. Metalwork also seems to be pretty good. You can see in the exterior, I really don't have any fault of metalwork and details. Motormax does do a pretty good job usually along those lines. This one isn't really an exception. However, you can see that the trunk appears to be a little bit warped. This side goes completely in, and this is not so much. The license plate on the back was added by the owner of this car. It's not me. I'm actually borrowing this one. And wheels turn pretty well. Underneath, you can see that it actually has just a bunch of rivets with a lot of plating, and the reason for that is just to improve aerodynamics, so there isn't really much to see under there anyway. You can only imagine how difficult that gets if you ever have an issue where you have to remove parts of the car on the bottom. Yeah, so, but that's what the owners of the Scale 1/1 cars have to deal with. We don't have to worry about that, unfortunately. Alright, so we got a lot of vents. I mean, it's really quite excessive when it comes to the amount of vents in this car, all over the place. That's to cool the brakes, and then we got this intake for the engine, and so many different options. Alright. The headlight kind of looks foggy, don't know why. It has a big black surround, but there is no peg in there, so that's at least a good thing. But it's kind of hard to see on the inside. Not too impressive overall. And back here, really dark taillights. You really can't see much of them. Kind of looks cool because it's blacked out in a way, but at least it's there. What's interesting that I just noticed is that this tailpipe is a little darker than this one. It's almost like it wasn't colored in as well, but it's kind of cool because maybe it just kind of got brown from the heat. An S7 logo there. Saleen. I believe Saleen built these in the early 2000s. This would be a 2002 model. Alright, and when I open this up, first thing you're going to notice is how disappointing the engine detail is. This is the perfect example of one big plastic piece. It's just molded in there, connecting all to this. There's absolutely no coloring at all. It really looks toyish. It does say 7.0 liter engine right there, which is pretty good. And then the big Saleen logo there. Really disappointing in the detail though. And you can see with this plastic cover, it has plastic hinges, so you have to be careful not to open it up too hard. It might break. Little antenna there. This door, you can open it up, just be careful not to push it too hard because it might break. It could very well get loose. However, it actually feels a little bit stronger than the Barago ones on like the Aventador. So I think it might stay up a little bit better. It's nice and light too. Interior detail is, no, mediocre at best. Just a tad bit of coloring. If I go on this side, you might be able to see it better. A little bit of coloring on the center where the controls are, but generally it's just all black plastic. There's a little bit of color on the door as well, so I can't rip it apart too much. Very, very fit for an early budget car, but really not even up to the standards of a new one. But I suppose when you're buying this Saleen S7 for yourself, it's not the interior that's gonna make it something that you want to buy. It's the exterior. And does it look good on the shelf? Yes, it does. The exterior is very well done. Even though this is plastic, it does mold well with the metal of the surround, and the paint quality is really good. And there's also some really nice wheels on it too, so you can see. Now, what's actually funny about this, I have never seen this on a model car. The caliper moves with the brake disc. That's actually kind of comical, really. How useless would that be? But anyway, so that, just on that note. So that's all for this video. Hope this was helpful. And in the end, despite its shortcomings on the interior, I would have to recommend it because it's one of the very few Saleen S7s that you can buy at this time, and it's pretty good overall, especially in the exterior. Alright, thanks for watching and hope this helps.